You remember Marie? Oh, my phone's about to die. Do you remember Marie? She was here with her boyfriend. They were bicyclists. She did the apple. Did you do the bottle caps, the apple design? She had dark hair. No, you don't remember her. Um, it's her cousin. So in France, I guess to finish the university that they're at, you have to have a 1 month volunteer thing. Yeah. So in order for them to graduate, so they're here to fulfill their graduation requirements. I forgot one of them. I think his degree is in theater, so he's going to be teaching the kids. We're going to do a theater project so they can do a performance. I'm hoping some of the kids will want to do it. So here's the market / bakery, moving along. Okay. Oh, and do you have the names of the kids that need sponsorship? Did you have all that together? How many were there all together? Did it turn out? Because one, my friend, first we're going to send it to Olivia so she can select. Okay. And then, can you do that? Yeah. Okay. So do that. If you can do that today, this afternoon when you get back, let's do that. Let's get at least one of them off that list. And then who else is there? We still need a lot of sponsors. All right, so this is moving along. Well, let's go see. Did you just kick my dog? Come on. Wait, let's go see the recycling center. And it's lunchtime now, so the workers are not here. They're probably all at lunch. But let's see how far. Oh, yeah, they did a lot on the wall. Oh, they're still here. They haven't left for lunch yet. And they're starting to fill in some of the land over here because there's a big dip from rain that's come through, and we're going to dig a ditch along the back to divert the water. Oh, there are goats over here. No, no, don't even think about it. Go on, go, get over that way. Get over there. Don't even think about it. No, you know you're not chasing after the baby goats. I'm not chasing you. Go on. Nope. Come on. Nope. Come on, let's go. Ugh, sorry, I've got to go this direction. We're leaving the baby goats alone. Come on. No baby goat chasing today. I'm not doing it. Come on. These dogs are a nuisance, and they love to chase the baby goats and attack them, and it's really brutal. It's awful, and I don't know how to stop them from doing it unless I put them on a chain out here, but I don't. They're pretty good. Like, they'll follow me around everywhere I go. They follow, but then once in a while, they'll go after the goats. Come on, I'm gonna shut this. But they get out of the fence here too, so it's even the fence around here doesn't keep them inside. They chew through the fence here and get out and run around. All right, the fruit guys are not here today. They weren't here the end of the week last week either, so I don't know where they are, but they'll show up eventually. But our papaya's almost done. The apple's done, just needs to be painted. The orange is complete except for the plumbing. None of them have plumbing yet, but the plumber should be here soon to do that. Kim said he's coming this week to start on the plumbing for those. We have our wood these are for the 2 buildings, for the market and the recycling center. So Kim picked up all the wood with Maxwell. We have frames for the glass for the market. It's moving along. It is moving along. Gotta finish up these. I think I'm gonna ask one of the volunteers to help me with the painting here to get this moving. We finished one of them, but that other one it got really windy and we couldn't hold up the stencil because it was just blowing everywhere and tearing, so that was a problem. I just put the water out here. Look at it, it's just filled with dirt. Wait, let me put this in the plants over here. Are you guys being good boys? Are you waiting, boy? Yeah? All right, come on. Come on, cuckoo. Okay, watch out. Here we go. Go on. Oh, it's better to keep them inside as much as possible. Then they don't chase after the goats. They just take a nap. Okay. Is that your spot? If anyone has any questions about the organization and what we're doing here, Chipatso supports single mothers by giving them jobs and put kids in private school here, and we feed them. So an education component, a nutrition component, and then we have the job components. Those are our three main focuses. What else? Is anybody, I don't know, some people on here. It looks like there's some people in the room, but nobody's asking any questions. Anybody who's out there, hello, make yourself seen. Oh, here we go. There weren't as many kids as I thought. They don't arrive at the same time when there's not school and they're on break. So there weren't as many kids in there as I would have liked, but there were a few. I just posted on TikTok. You can watch it on TikTok. Oh, I forgot to tag her. Jeez, always something. Oh, no, I haven't done it yet. No, I haven't gotten the Sharon story. All right, so this is for Lois, she asked. All right. So, we support Sharon. Oh, I have been supporting Sharon up until this last term. So I paid for 2 semesters, and then Laura came out, and Laura's mother, who's a retired nurse, wanted to support a girl primarily who was going into the medical field. So I mentioned Sharon wants to be a doctor. Okay, so by the time Laura got here, Sharon had failed the first 2 terms. I don't know, there was a story, I don't know if it was a story, I don't know if it was her, I don't know what it was, but she had failed the 2, Lulu, hey. So she had failed the first 2 terms. I'm laughing because you were walking your dogs, I just thought it was funny. It's not funny about what happened with Sharon. Okay, so she failed. So I gave her the option. I said, why don't you take the rest of the year off, take some time off, regroup, and go to private school in September. Start your 12th grade again. The school she's at, you cannot repeat the year there because it's a government school. You cannot repeat. So I said, just refocus, or focus, not even just focus, and, go back to school in September. But no, she didn't want to do that. She wanted to go back for her 3rd semester. Well, she got suspended at the end of her 2nd semester, which means that she missed a whole month of her 3rd semester. So she failed, and missed a month of school. I was just like, why are you going back? This is crazy. There's no point in going back. You couldn't catch up. Now you're really not going to be able to catch up. She said, no, I can do it. So she convinced Laura's mom to sponsor her for the last term. I was like, well, I'm done. She's off my plate because no way am I sponsoring her. There's no way in hell I'm paying for her to go to school for the last term. And so her mother did. And I'm like, fine, great. That's you guys. Now she's your sponsored kid. So I'd been sponsoring Sharon for 5 years. I've been sponsoring her since 2019. I'd been sponsoring her as a student. She was excellent. She was a straight A student from the time I started sponsoring her until her senior year. And then she just crumbled. She was like A's, maybe a couple B's, but mostly A's. She was an excellent student. My prize student, my first female who's going to go to university. I was so excited for her and just so happy that she was going to be able to do that. So then what happened? Wait, now I forgot my story. Oh, so I've been paying for private school for 5 years. And so for this break, I said, Sharon, if you don't mind, because your English is really, really good, would you mind helping me with my English classes during this break? We're just offering some tutoring, 2 hours a day. That's all it was. It's 2 hours a day for your working. That's kind of to repay what I've invested in you for all these years, all the money that I've put into you, that just to work, that's it. And to help your community, not paying me back, really to help your community, to help the other kids that are in this program that are coming up behind you, and to help lift them up and help them with their English, because English here is very difficult for a lot of the kids. Super easy from 8 to 10. It was it wasn't like 6 in the morning. It was 8 to 10. You have the rest of the day to do whatever you want. You have the entire day to do what you want during your break. So she didn't show up a few times. She showed up late other times, and she didn't show up. She would show up. It was like, I think one time she showed up on time, once, in the month that she was supposed to be doing this. And it was only a month. It was not for a couple months. This is only 1 month. That's it. 1 month, 2 hours a day. That's it. So, oh, and then on top of it, she also asked me to sponsor her 3 siblings in the nutrition program, which is $75 a month. So not only had I sponsored, but she said her family's having a really hard time with food, da 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 da. I said, okay, I will pay for your, for your siblings to have breakfast and lunch. I'll sponsor them myself. That was just out of my own pocket. I didn't put them up for sponsorship, nothing. It was me paying for the 3 siblings for them to have food. And she couldn't be here for 2 hours a day. That was $75 a month. And all of the private school that I put her through for 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 6 years. I've paid for her private school and feeding her siblings. Yeah. So the rest of the story is that I said, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Sharon. Bye-bye to you and your siblings. I'm no longer sponsoring you or your siblings or any of your family because you can't even put in 2 hours a freaking day for a month. That's it for all that I've given you. And, it wasn't just about it's not just about what I've given them. I should take that back. It's not about that. It was just the principle of her not giving back to the program. The program is what needs kids like her to help, because we need kids that speak English well to help the other kids, because English is a huge problem here. It's a huge problem. Most of the kids do not speak English, and if they do, they don't speak it well, and her English is very, very good. Because she's been in private school for her whole, since I started sponsoring. Anyway, so disappointing, so sad, and I was like, you know what, I'm done, goodbye. So Sharon is no longer at Chipatso. If her sponsor wants to continue sponsoring her, that's fine, because then she would be going into college at that point. She'd be in university. So I'm not sponsoring her for university. Oh, yeah. Well, that was before all of this. Yeah, before then. Oh, she kept, I want birthday, because, I'm her sponsor pretty much. Oh, I want a birthday dinner. Oh, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Constantly asking me for clothes and shoes and this, and always asking me, never giving. And you know what? That's a problem. When somebody's always asking, their hand is always out, but they're never giving to other people or anything, then that's an issue right there. And that's what it was. Always asking, never giving. And I asked her to do one small thing. To me, it was a small thing. Now, the college guys, on the other hand, look what the college guys are doing. And not only that, but they told me, they said that is one of the highlights of their day was coming here and teaching, because it gave them a purpose and something to do during the day while they're on their break. That's what the college guys said. And that's the difference right there. I don't know what she always is sick. She's never feeling well. She's always sick. She always an excuse. Always. Yes. Always some reason, some excuse. Yeah. And then just the other day, she wrote me this really long, please forgive me. Please forgive me. I can't stand when people do that. That is the most irritating thing to me in the world. Don't ask me for forgiveness. I'm not going to forgive you. I'm not a forgiving person at all, and I hold a grudge for sure. I'm not going to give you my forgiveness. For what? Why am I going to forgive you? Because you're asking for forgiveness? No, go to church and ask for forgiveness at church. That's how I look at it. Go ask God to forgive you. But I'm not. I don't have to, and I'm not going to. So there's on that one. Yeah, I was very not happy. You can tell I'm getting all worked up again. Yeah, always sick. I have to do something for my family. No. I'm doing something for your family. I'm feeding 3 of your family members. What are you doing for the family? It would have been cheaper just to give the family $50 a month like we give our other families. That would have been cheaper, and just have them figure it out, right? The nutrition program is expensive. It's not cheap to feed kids. If you want to give them 2 good meals, it's not cheap. Now, the families here go without, and that's why they can survive on less money. Now, we give our single mothers $50 a month, but they get 2 meals a day. They get breakfast and lunch here at the nutrition center. So they get fed to it. So they're just the $50 is And they sometimes make extra money. Like if they wash laundry for people that are staying here, if they do something extra, then they get paid extra money. So their kids make money. Everybody, I'm always paying kids to do things, walk the dogs, do this, do that, do blah, 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 blah. I'm always, trying to, pay kids if they're working and doing something to reward them for, doing some work. But Sharon never did anything. And she would just always want. Can I have, what about my birthday? What about, I need a dress for graduation. Luckily, I didn't do that. She wanted a new dress and shoes for graduation. I was like, well, I don't even know if you're graduating. I don't know what your grades were. You got terrible grades the first 2 semesters. You think I'm going to give you money for a graduation outfit? Like, girl. And she wanted to go on like this little field trip thing they were doing. I was like, why am I giving you money for a field trip? You failed 2 semesters. Like, she just didn't seem to get it. Like, she always thought that she was entitled. She felt entitled, sense of entitlement. That she deserved to, get all these things when she was failing school. Like, I just don't understand that. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then for some relish, for some tomatoes and onions or, something to put on it. And I think the women here also, because they have refrigerators and freezers, I think they also sell Malambe popsicles. I think they have other like side hustles and stuff too, which is great. I'm happy for them. Oh yeah, of course. And they were getting much better food than they would have gotten if they were eating at home. They're getting a really nice, beautiful meal. Like that one meal is probably like their only meal. The breakfast and the lunch is, 3 different things on there. It's a nice plate of food. So, whatever. Not my problem. Bye, Sharon. See ya. And if she does well and she gets accepted into a college, great. She'll have support for that because Laura's mother wanted to pay for some, girl to go to university in the medical field. So, I mean, I hope she did well. I don't see how she would. Yeah. I really don't see how she would do very well on her exam. She's failed 2 semesters and missed a whole month of her 3rd semester or their trimesters. How can you do well on your exam, on your college exam, if you've missed that much, done so poorly and missed that much school? But she wouldn't listen to my advice. She refused. I told her not to go back to school for her 3rd semester. I said, just take the rest of the school year off, regroup, and start private school in the fall. Go to MCV where Kim went for his, for a senior year. Just go there for that. That she said, this was the story. Oh my God, such a long story. That she said, okay, how do I back it up? She is part of the religion group at school. I guess the church group or whatever's a religious group at school. Oh, hold on, folks. So they are, that was her religion group. So she was studying with a boy at the school. And the other girls in her class were teasing her, saying that she was up to you know what. And she got very, very upset and couldn't. This is her story. I'm not saying this is what happened. This is her story to us, what she told us. That she was very upset because they were teasing her and probably calling her SLUT, that whatever. And all that kind of stuff. And she couldn't concentrate, so she was doing really poorly on her test because she wasn't able to concentrate because they were teasing her all the time. I was like, anyway, so that was the 1st semester. Then 2nd semester, what was her excuse the 2nd semester? It was like, she wasn't feeling well. She had upset stomach and she would have headaches. And we took her already. She already had glasses. We'd already taken her because she'd already been complaining once before and we took her for glasses. She had glasses. So, but I think it was anxiety because she was just doing so poorly in school. I think that's what it was, my opinion. And then how she got a suspension because any of the clubs at school no clubs are allowed to meet on Sundays. For some reason, they have this rule at the school that your club cannot meet on Sundays. Well, her religion club met on a Sunday. So all those kids got suspended because that little group that were not supposed to meet on Sundays were meeting on Sundays. I don't know why that's a rule. And for me, it seems ridiculous, especially on a Sunday when people mostly practice their religious beliefs on Sundays, a lot of people. Why they would put that rule in place, so I don't know. I don't understand. That is a school rule. She knew the school rule. It's not my school, not my ruling. I don't care. That is the school rule, and she went against the school rules. And they suspended her for a month. They suspended that whole group that was meeting on Sundays. We've not gotten the grades yet. They haven't gotten their grades yet for university. Those grades are not in. We found out about Carabo. Carabo did not get into one of the government schools. He got into the community school here, and it's a terrible school. And I wouldn't even bother wasting my time there. If I were a student, I wouldn't even bother. Brave went there, but Brave was an exceptional student. I'll say it again. There may be some new people on here, but in 2 years, 15 years that the high school has been here. In 15 years, they've had 2 students accepted to university, only 2 to college in 15 years. And Brave was one of them, who I sponsored through university, and who's exceptionally bright. So I'm not surprised that he was able to score well on his test and get accepted to university. But that school's a joke. So it's just a waste of time, I think. So that's Crispo. I'm sorry, not Crispo. Carabo got accepted there, so whatever. And we haven't heard about Sharon, if she passed or not, or what she scored on that test. That's like the SATs, so they haven't been sent out yet. I can't imagine that she did well. To me, there's just no way. And she was here studying. The month that she was off for that suspension, she was here studying. She maybe asked me one question the whole month in English. There was one of our volunteers that was here. Actually, he was a bicyclist. He wasn't even a volunteer. He was here on his bicycle, and he just asked if he could help out. He was very good in chemistry, so she asked him a couple of questions in chemistry, and that was it. So she didn't really have... Yes, they do. Brave is getting his master's degree online as we speak. And that's costing me, I think it's $400 a term, I think. Something like that. Maybe it's more. I think he said it was $700. I don't know. I don't know. I just pay it. I just wire the money. But I'm paying for that. That's not going through Chipatso. That's going through me. Because he's always been my student, so I'm just continuing. I'm not putting that on Chipatso. If it was a Chipatso student, then I would take money from Chipatso to pay for that. But he's always been my student. But, right? It's a great name. Very fitting. He's been very, very brave to do what he's done. From the home he comes from, you guys would not, it's quite amazing how he's persevered and done very well in school. If you want to get a doctorate, I would say go for it, dude. I would sponsor him for that too. He's an amazing, as is Kim. I have 2 really great guys that came out of university that I sponsored through university. And I really hope, I think Samson and Bryson are going to be just as amazing, really. They're both very smart. They're very determined to get out of the village, to make something of themselves, to have a career, and to make some money, and be able to help their families and themselves. And Chipatso, we've discussed it. They know they need to give back to the program, and they do. You know what I mean? Maybe Sharon be kind of person, once she got her degree and oh yeah, whatever, and never give back to Chipatso. If she's not giving back even with her time, why is she going to give with money, right? It's one of those things. You know what? It's not me. It's the whole community. It's Lulu who's on here. It's Lois who's on here. Who else is on here that are sponsors? You guys, speak up. My sponsors that are on here. They're all helping me out with this program. I could not do this. Even Paul's support, he's helped us with, different things too. Everyone that's on here, they see commenting, they're all part of the Chipatso community, and they've all helped. They've all been amazing. Lulu runs this YouTube channel for me. I can't do TikTok and YouTube, and Janelle runs our Instagram. She does other social media for me, and everyone that's part of this Chipatso family is just incredible, amazing, and none of this would be possible without this group. Seriously, I couldn't do this. I just had a couple of students in school. I did not have, a nutrition center. I didn't have this market bakery going up, or this recycling center, or the lodges. I just sent money from LA. That's all I was doing. I was just, sending money. It wasn't like what I have going here now. Now it's a community. Now it's a center. Now it's a, this compound. Now it's a big thing here. It's amazing. It's pretty cool. I love it. Please come visit. If you want to take a trip, come here, come help out, come see what we're doing. And then you have to bring suitcases full of stuff to donate. Lulu, how many suitcases did you bring? 10? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I never even tried to start this. This was just happened. I never tried. It wasn't something I set out to do. I was here in 2019 on vacation, sponsored some kids, came back in 2023 for the graduation, Kim's graduation, and then subsequently Brave's graduation. And yeah, 11 suitcases and a guitar. She schlepped from New York. And has sent other things since, like big, huge drums full of clothes and shoes. Yeah, it's great. I love it here. I do love. I love complain. I've always liked to complain. I've always been a complainer. So for me, this is just like the ultimate, in complaining because there's all just all. Wait, oh, Lulu's also sent me these shirts. It's always something. There's always something going wrong here. So I have plenty to complain about, plenty of activities to keep me busy, plenty of art projects, plenty of kids to teach art to. I mean, it's endless. So I mean, that's been very fulfilling. I have to say, it's probably the most fulfilling work I've ever done. Yeah, Janelle had, I think I had nine, and Maya, I think, brought nine. So, yeah, suitcases full of stuff. But it's fun. I mean, Lulu, I hope you're getting as much pleasure out of, helping, even though you're not here in person. Like, just, Lulu knows all the kids' names. She knows their sizes. She keeps up with all of it. A few people do. There's a few people I have that know their names and sizes. I think I think Janelle knows most of their names. Not all of them. She knows a lot of their names, but Lulu knows I think all of them by name. I'm pretty sure. Except, do you know the new ones too, Lulu? The kids from the public school. Can you recognize them and their names? I don't. I don't know all of them. Oh my gosh, she's such a good cook. Oh, she supports me when she comes here. She's about taking care of me and cooking for me, and yeah, it is what it is. It's labor of love. That's what it is. Totally. Oh, she's a great cook, and she can make something out of nothing. That woman can put together the best soups. I'm just like leftover, whatever. The small, you don't know the little kids? Melifa? You don't know Melifa and that new group? I think she's sponsored by Bella. I think that's Bella's. I think Melifa. I think that's Unique's. Oh, Unique is also out of the program too. Did you know that, Lulu? Unique is not in the program. She went to go live at Kasangha. Her family sent her to Kasangha. Oh, I know, right? She can pack it. So Unique is not in the program. Mike is not in the program. I'm pretty sure Nico will be out, and also Innocent Roberts. Those are four not going to be in the program, I think, as of the end of this, or the coming school year. So we have four kids that are out. So we started 73, so we have 69 will be in the program. Oh, and also, oh no, 68. What's his name? Is also out. He failed out of school. Willard. Sorry. Sorry, Lola. Willard did not make it. He failed out, and I don't know why. I think Brave was gonna go check on it. Maybe he had to go fishing to help support his family. I don't know. That's a big reason why kids do not stay also in schools, because they have to leave to go help fishing, help their parents or families fish, to make money for their families. Kasanga, I don't know. Maybe she has other family there. I think I know. This is what happened. Now I do know. Now that I'm saying I don't, I do know. Yeah, she does. She can grow anything. Her sister got married, and so her sister probably sent her away because she got married and doesn't want this older girl in the house with her and her husband. So she has two little girls that are her sisters that are being sponsored in the program. They are part of the program, but she probably didn't want Unique in the house anymore. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And Kasanga is where also we have our 5 acres of land that we have to figure out what to do with. So now I'm thinking about putting beehives out there because it's very isolated. It's like out in the middle of nowhere. I think we're gonna put beehives out there and start producing honey. Because we don't really need water for the bees. The bees can find water at the lake. They can go over to the lake, which is not too far from there, and get water from the lake. But yeah, I think that's why she was sent away. And Willard failed school, so he won't be in the program. And what else? Yeah, there's quite a bit of moving around, but we may be able to get some other, if we can get, but a lot of we had a lot of sponsors drop too. So Angela's trying to figure out what sponsors, maybe we're going to move some sponsors around and put some of the kids who lost sponsors with some of the people who lost their kids because their kids aren't in the program. So Angela has to figure all of that out. She's going to do that this afternoon. Then I'll put up whatever, if there are any kids left, I'll put them on TikTok and on here too. Yeah, I am too. That's very sad. I mean, how would he ever take care of himself? I don't know. I saw Stoner today, so that's good. He didn't do well in school, but he was here getting his food nutrition program. So maybe he can lift it up, get it together for this coming year. Maybe improve a little bit more. But those were kids that were just the kids that helped me paint the bathrooms. They weren't the best students in school. You know, sometimes I just give kids a chance, like, hey, you know, would you like to be in the nutrition program? Maybe that will help them do better in school. I'm not like this evil, like you have to get straight A's. I didn't do well in school, but if you're failing and getting D's, then you're not serious. Because, you know, if you just put any kind of time or effort, you can get C's, really. So when they're getting D's and F's, and that's showing me the kid is not putting in the time, and which is what happened. No, Stonard and Deborah is the girl that was also painting, and Willard. Those are the three that came from that painting project. Yeah, that's Willard. He's the one that failed. Mike failed out. Oh, that one. Oh, Mike. Yeah, Mike. He was never painting, really. He was for a minute, but he would sit on the bench. He wasn't really doing anything. Half the time he was just sitting on the bench watching. He was not really putting effort or time into that either. Like that, you know, that's kind of his personality. It's just sort of, yeah, okay, that makes sense. You know, that he just didn't put it. I saw Crispo, who was kicked out. I saw Mike, they were walking past Chipatso just last night. I saw them. And they just walked right past me. I didn't see, and I was like, hello, hi, good evening. How are you guys doing? Like, you know, I don't hate them. I'm not mad at them. I'm just, yeah, it's like, whatever. That's on them. It's not on me. I don't have anything against them. They're just not in the program anymore. Goodbye. Nothing against them at all. But I'm not going to have somebody spend $180 or even $25 a month feeding them if they're not doing anything. You know, they're just, and a lot of them, they're older teenagers. These are not like little kids. A lot of them, the ones that are failing out of school, the little ones are all doing fantastic. They're all getting A's and B's, and they're doing very well. All the younger kids are doing really well in school. Except Shukalani was not doing well. That's why we took him out, and I tutored him for several months. And then he got all A's in my class. He did better than the older kids, the same test. Because he was trying, because he was studying, because he was practicing, and he was trying. And he got really good grades because of it. And his sponsor bought him a bicycle, which he definitely earned. He was an excellent student. He did very, very well in my class. He and Trevor, the two younger ones in my English class, did better than all the older students because the older students didn't care, they didn't try, they didn't make an effort. Bottom line, period. And I just, you know, I don't have time for that. Move on. I'm looking at how much have I aged since I started this program. I feel like, oh my God, like I've aged 10 years and only 2 years. I'm always exhausted, burnt out. You know, what am I doing that for? Kids that don't try, that don't make an effort? I'm not asking anything. Go to school. By the way, Lulu, by the way, you might want to hear this, that, you know, Raheem was taking a summer program that I was paying for. It was extra. I was only 10,000 kwasha. It was like $8 or something. It wasn't going to break me, but he didn't show up one day, and so they suspended him for a week. It's only a 1 month program, 1 month. He didn't show up for an afternoon. He left early, ditched early, and they suspended him for a week for this summer school. It's like a summer school program that I paid for extra because I wanted to go. And it was required. If you were going into 8th grade, it was a required class for 8th grade. And he didn't go. And then was suspended for a week. And the school didn't tell me. We didn't even know, but Raheem was hanging out. Like, we saw him here in the afternoon. It's like, what's going on? And then he said he wasn't feeling well. So he lied. Well, at first he got suspended, and then he lied about getting suspended. So that's on him. I know, I want my money back because I'm pissed that, you know what, They didn't tell us. They just suspend. Why are you suspending him for not showing up in the afternoon? I mean, just tell the parents that he needs to be there. Okay, go to school. Like, they're charging you, but the kid's not going and they don't say anything to you. I, that's why I don't like that school. This is what the school also told us the kids were having breakfast and weren't giving them breakfast. That was how we started the nutrition program, because the school lied and said they were eating breakfast. And then the school didn't even tell us that they dropped their nutrition program. They didn't even tell us that. They just stopped serving breakfast. And then we found out from the kids that they weren't getting breakfast. He's not. He's not taking it. Yep. Yep. Lulu, he's going to be, he's going to be in public school. I hope you are okay with that. Right? Or you're sponsoring Raheem, right? I say don't sponsor him for Yanko. I really say that. Let him go to 8th grade at the public school. There is no way. He is not prepared for 8th grade. He's probably at a 5th grade level. Honestly, he's not ready for 8th. But he refuses. He's 16 in 8th grade. That's why he refuses to go back a year. He won't do it. And if it's open, it's going to be for only first graders. It'll be open for their kids from their nursery school it'll be a kindergarten. They're going to go as their kids age up. That's how they're going to open up the classrooms. So it's basically for their kids in nursery school. I mean, we might be able to put a few of our kids, but I think our kids are now, we don't really have the only kid that we have who, by the way, Joseph is still not talking. He still doesn't speak. He's already 2.5. He's not speaking. I think he says mama and that's it. He should be speaking in sentences at this point, so he doesn't even speak. So Joseph, I'm going to recommend that his sponsor not sponsor him for nursery school. There's no point. He needs special education. They can accommodate him in these schools. Yes, Hamida for sure, hopefully, yes. Yeah, because she's in nursery school this year. She's still in nursery, so she won't be in, but I guess they'll be in kindergarten. So I don't even know if his school's going to be open for kindergarten yet. I don't know what he's doing. I would like to meet with him. Maybe you can ask him. Lulu, maybe just send him a note saying, oh, hey, I'm wondering, like, when do you think your kindergarten class is going to be open or something like that, and get her in his school. Because if she's in his school, then she'll be able to move up with those other kids. Yeah. 3 in August? Okay, it's August. He doesn't talk. I think it's fetal alcohol syndrome for sure. My guess. No, he's not 4. I think he's 3. Yeah, no, he's not 4. Yeah, maybe you can ask him. If we can get Hamida into his school, maybe we'll do that this September. Maybe she should go to nursery over at his Mango Nursery School. And it's closer anyway than Santana. I should ask him if there's room at Mango Nursery, Lulu. Maybe it'll be better coming from you. Because I think we have her in nursery, and we have, who else is in nursery? I can't remember. I think we have 3 of them at Santana. Yeah, I should ask him about getting her into nursery there. That might be the best thing to do, because then she would for sure have a slot when he opens up his school. Yeah. She is kinder this year. Oh no, I thought she was still at Santana this year. Or does Santana have a kindergarten? Maybe she moves into kindergarten. Maybe they go from nursery to first grade. Maybe they don't do kindergarten. I don't know, but I know she's still at. Yeah, but his mother, we found out, his mother does have a drinking problem. She does drink. So and it follows. When I was reading the different birth, defects from fetal alcohol syndrome, he does fit a few of them. So I don't know. I'm not a therapist. I don't know, but I'm not a doctor or a therapist. I just play one on TikTok or YouTube. Yeah, ask Angela. Let's figure it out, because it'd be best if. Oh, they don't test here for that. This is not a hospital. This is a clinic. Maybe if you took him there and then had him. But what good is it going to do? It's not going to make any difference. It won't. It will not matter. Honestly, it will not matter. Even if he got referred to the hospital and then got referred, I don't think they even test for that. I'm serious. This country probably doesn't even have testing for that. I just saw her this morning. She seems to be doing well. I don't remember how she did in school. You'd have to look at the, the listing that we have that I put on TikTok. If you look on there, it'll show everyone's grades. But I think she did really well because all the kids got A's and B's except for the three that were below, that got two D's and an F. All the kids got A's and B's, so she's probably doing really well. There you go. Yep, it's done, and there's no fixing it, and there's no place to get help here. There's no government assistance. There's nothing. That's what Christian just wanders the streets. Christian was just wandering around the streets all day. That's what he does. There's nothing for, they had a special needs teacher here for one semester who had a Christian in his class. So Christian was going to school. His mother would take him there. He would stay in the little classroom with him, and he had a uniform. He had something to do. I think that is also what helped his English a lot too, and his Chichewa a lot, was when he was in that program. That probably helped him as well. And then that teacher left. They put him in another school. And that's the end of that. Yeah, maybe in the very big cities, maybe, and that's a maybe. That's a big maybe. Where are you going? I locked the door. No, you're not. I shut it. I shut the. Oh, I thought I did. I didn't. And I hear a goat. He's gonna go chase a goat. I can't be bothered. I can't deal with it. I thought I had it locked. One is here sleeping. The other one just went out. So. Yeah, there's nothing here, guys. That's how my dad could never visit me here. There's no, what does he get? What's called dialysis here. They probably have one dialysis machine in this entire country, and it's probably like in Lilongwe or Blantyre. If anything really bad happens to me, I hope it's in the States. That's all I have to say. Or I hope I'm okay enough to get on an airplane to fly back to the States, because this is not the place you want to be where if you get sick or you need any kind of care or anything. This is not the country. But if you if you start getting dementia or Alzheimer's, anything like that, this is the place, because you can hire people to live with you full time for a very reasonable cost. You could live here very cheaply and have somebody taking care of you full time if you ever had any kind of issues like that. I mean, I should open up like a convalescent home for people to send their parents or something and have it here in Cape Maclear. That would be a good way to make money here. Actually, if somebody wanted to open up a business, that would be the thing to do. It would cost people a fraction of the cost that it costs in the States, a fraction, and they would get excellent care. They would have one-on-one full-time care. I don't know about medication though. I don't know if they really, we can get some medications here. I was able to get my medication for epilepsy. I have epilepsy, and I got my medication here. So I got paid for that. So you can get some medication, but this would be the spot. If you have an elderly parent that doesn't know where they are and will never know where they are, Lulu, you could do that for a career. Why don't you think about changing careers, Lulu? I'm just putting this out there. Seriously, why not? They don't know where they are. We could put air conditioning in the rooms, not a problem. I could do that. I would charge $2,000 a month for that. How's that? $2,000 a month. And how much it is in the States? In Los Angeles, you're paying like $15,000 if you want anything decent a month. My great aunt was at a place. This was like years and years ago. It was $6,000 a month, and it was like not even a nice place. It was not nice. It was pretty icky, and that was $6,000 a month. Yeah, $2,000 is cheap. I know. There you go, $2,000 a month. Who wants me to build that place? That'd be my next construction project. After the market, after the vocational school. I wanted to build, actually, I was thinking about doing that anyway, but for people that are here, that would pay for people that are in the village that need a place to live. That would offset the other people that are, that are here in the village. And then you have an excuse that you don't have to visit them because they're so far away. Oh, I can't make it to Africa to visit it's so far. I can't get there this year. I don't have the money to visit Dad this year. It's just too far, too expensive. It's a great excuse. Yes, you can build a really nice home here for $20,000. You know that, right? My house was 10,000. I don't have AC. All I have to do is put AC, but the land was 10,000. The land was 10,000. The house was 10,000. Maybe it was like, yeah, it was probably 20 because I had to put the water and the, septic and all that. So, if you average up, maybe 30. I'd say 30,000. You could build a very nice air conditioned home here. I would say 30,000. I put that out there. You cannot do that in the. Maybe that will work. It's not frozen now, is it? I'm back. Eat lunch. Oh my gosh, bowl looks giant. Not that big. All right, good. So what else is going on over there? Oh, Laura, you missed the beginning of the live. I went in to look at the it is. Oh, it's not. They start here on the 26th or something. I went to the office and the shelf was totally crooked. It was like that. All right. Yeah. Nothing will be straight, but it's 30,000. Come on, that's cheap. Oscar, what's up? So for the week, the volunteers are arriving today. Right, today's Monday. The 2 volunteers from France are arriving today. They'll be here for a month. I think they're going to be in the Orange Lodge because there's 2 beds in there. I think it's probably the best place to put them. Well, hopefully they arrive today. I don't know. We'll see. What mode of transportation? I don't know. We'll see what happens. If they take the bus, I think they have to wait till... They arrived this morning. But if they take a taxi, they can come directly here. If they take the bus, they have to wait till tomorrow morning. They arrive after the bus leaves. I don't know, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Rich is almost finished with his bench. I wish he would finish it. Driving me crazy. I want to do the grout on now. I thought we could do it today, but he's still not done. I taught Messina how to make my granola. So she's making the granola now. And then some bananas. Got an extra banana. I could eat this breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Actually, my lunch, I had really good home fries I made this morning with some scrambled eggs. It was so good. Nope. We need volunteers for everything. Everything and everything. To work with the kids on their English, work with the kids on their math, just general stuff. And the time goes by very quickly. Laura's been here, Lulu's been here. The time goes by very fast. There's a lot to do. If you want to help paint, I could use people to help paint. I could use help with this. There's always stuff going on here. It's never quiet. Yeah, very helpful. Rich got tired of the painting. I think he's kind of done with that. Yeah, we found it. We found it. Yeah. Rich found it. Was in the office. He said he found two. He found a short one and he found a longer one. Yeah, Rich found them. I just posted the pictures of the birthday party that we had yesterday for Wishes. Go look at the birthday party. We watched Tom and Jerry. He had a big Tom and Jerry cake. I swear to God, it was like 8 layers of cake. It was crazy. It was the craziest cake. I've never cut through a cake like that. Seriously, it was it was put together with, it had wood dowels holding the damn cake together. It was the funniest thing. I was trying to cut it. I couldn't cut through. I'm like, what is that? I guess it hit one of the wood stakes that was like driven through this thing. Literally, it was this high. I'm not exaggerating. It was. I took a photo. There's a picture of it. Count how many layers that cake was. Somebody. It's on TikTok. Please, someone go to TikTok and count the layers. Oh my! It was crazy. It was delicious. Absolutely delicious. A really, really good cake. It was very light, like white cake, and then whipped cream, whipped. It was whipped cream icing or frosting. Oh, it was so good. His sponsor, I think his sponsor knew of the bakery. It's in Cape It was expensive though. It was very expensive. I mean, for what it was, for us, it would be cheap. For the United States, it would be super, super cheap in the U.S. But for here, that was like really expensive. It was beautiful, beautiful cake. It was had Tom and Jerry little characters all over it, and it was giant. It was so it was the tallest cake. Yeah, there were dowels. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a cake held together with dowels before like that. But Angela's saying it's very typical in here in Malawi for the people to make the cakes like that. The cakes I've seen are tiered. You know, so you have a cake that maybe 2 layers, and you have another tier with 2 layers, another tier. This was one giant cake. Oh, you did? So yeah, so he got married. It's already done. Oh, I want to see a photograph of it, Laura. I gotta see it. Wow, congratulations. Well, that's good. One less thing for you to worry about. Oh yeah, I want to see it. The cake was delicious. I made a cake, I think, for Crispo. Oh, here, I just got a text. We just landed, got our SIM cards, and we're headed to, hold on, wait. Wait, let me answer his text real quick. They got a SIM card, and they got a taxi. We're gonna go, I guess, to city center first. A good surprise. I think it's great. And how'd your mother do? Are they gonna, where are they living? Or should I talk to you later? But congratulations. Very nice. And I can't wait to see the cake. What else is going on? So the cake was great. It was really fun. Oh, what I was going to say is, I forgot part of the straw. I was trying to connect it. They ate cake at my house and watched Tom and Jerry. The cake was a Tom and Jerry. And I let them watch Tom and Jerry movies at my house, and we had the cake, and they watched some movies. And that was because we found the other HDMI. Rich found the other HDMI. So thank you, Laura, for bringing extra HDMI cables. Seriously. It really made the birthday. They were so cute. You should have seen these kids. It was just, I tried to slice it, narrow slices, but, oh. They all loved the cake. It was good. It was a very tasty cake, too. It was very nice. It was really fun. They had a great time. And they got to go to lunch. But his sponsor wanted to really have, like, something really special. Lois, thank you. Both of you made the birthday party. The kids were just laughing and laughing and eating cake. It was such a different experience for them for birthday party. But the cake was as much as the lunch. I'll just say that. But I think worth every penny, just seeing the smiles on their faces, and especially with the candles. Oh my gosh. And that the whole time, I have a photograph. It looks like the whole house is going to go down in flames. Just that looks torched. I guess how the photograph caught it, really funny. It looks like the whole top of the cake is on fire. But yeah, that was, so I think I made a birthday cake once, I think for Crispo, like the very, very beginning of Chipatso. But ever since, we haven't done cakes or anything like that. So just, I don't have the money for it. Like, the lunches are expensive. And, well, not, for U.S. prices, it's not. But for here, they're expensive. And there's not a lot of money left over to bake cakes and do all the other stuff. It's, sugar is expensive here. And, flour, all that kind of stuff to bake a cake. So I haven't done them since Crispo's. I was like, okay, I'm done. That was a little, I don't need to do that. Again, the kids just love going to lunch. They don't know any different. They've never had birthday cakes. That was, I think, so it was like second birthday, but that other one was so long ago that all these kids were not in the program when we did that. Oh, I don't know the total. I left. I don't know what the total is. They never had cupcakes. I made them a few weeks ago for the top 5 students. I make cupcakes and I let them decorate the cupcakes. Those were the kids that got top 5 in their class, so they just had cupcakes for the first time. They had lunch at Makata, where we always take the kids. They like the chicken and chips, the fried chicken they love. And then they came here after for the cake and the movie. It was cute. There was, how many kids were there? 8 kids, I think. I played solitaire while they watched the movie. I'm into those characters. But they loved it. And the cake had Tom and Jerry all over it. Our first Malawian sponsor. Our one and only Malawian sponsor. That's why they like sweet porridge. That's why they want us to put more sugar in their cereal in the morning, because they don't really have desserts here. It's not a thing. But I'm slowly introducing them. Like, they love ice cream. Most of them have had ice cream with us. We take them out of the city. We'll, get them an ice cream. And I think that cake, I think they'll remember that cake. I bet they'll be asking for that cake again. I'm sorry, that may be a one of. For the most part, people are vegetarian here. So they have a pretty good diet, but they use a lot of oil. The food is a little on the greasy side for me. Oh yeah, not at all. Not good for anybody, so. But I love it. My granola has honey. Yeah, no, sugar's not good. I didn't let my son have sugar for the first year of his life, and then on his first birthday, it was a whipped cream cake, and I gave him a little piece of the cake, and his eyes were like, he didn't know what to do. Oh, there was some whipped cream that came off on the box. So I don't have any pup cups here, but I gave the dogs a little bit of whipped cream from the cake that had come off on the box. Oh, they went ballistic. They loved it. Oh, let's just say life expectancy here is 62 years. So I don't know, people die very young here of all different things. AIDS came through and really ravaged this community during that time. Malaria is a thing. We've had 2 kids die in the program since I've been here in 2 years. We've had 2 of our kids die in the program. One from cerebral malaria, which is very rare, very uncommon malaria. And then another kid died from bacterial meningitis. But Jimmy got very ill. What was wrong with Jimmy? Lulu, what did Jimmy? I think it was like something wrong. I forgot what he had. Something. But Kim really thought he was going to die. I thought he was going to die. I was on TikTok like, oh no, we're going to lose this guy. I was so worried because Kim was freaked out. But he was very ill. But luckily, you know what, Lulu, if it hadn't been for Chipatso, if Chipatso hadn't been here and able to pay for he and his mother to go to the hospital, he wouldn't have made it. He would have died, probably. I'm sure, because we were able to give him money to go to the hospital. That you gave the money for transportation to get there. That is why he made it. I'm sure of that. A lot of people die here. There's no hospital here. There's this medical center. Lulu's been in the medical center. It's not much. I mean, I've had testing done here, but that was just for bilharzia. They couldn't do other testing. I had something else wrong. I had to go to another town, which people don't have money for transportation to leave the village. So how are they going to go to another town to a real hospital? And that hospital is not even a good hospital. That's just the closest hospital. This is just a medical center. It's not even a hospital. So luckily I have the funds. I can go to a hospital and I have my blood checked and, something else. But, if you don't have the funds to get out of here, which most people do not, you're dying here in the village. And even at the hospitals, I don't even think they could probably even, if there was something kind of unusual, they wouldn't be able to do anything for you. So even then, it's probably just like basic medical care that they have here, very basic. I mean, one of our kids broke his arm, so he had to go to the hospital to have his arm set, things like that. But if they didn't have the money, he probably would have just been with a broken arm and would have set really badly. He probably would have, healed terribly, would have had a messed up arm the rest of his life. I mean, honestly, guys, it's bad here. I mean, there are